Hi, it's me again with Corel Draws Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this file, and if I did not know him, he's a friend of mine, I would just say it's too difficult. But I'm going to at least get him the basics. So what we're going to do, I like drawing and see it, and it won't trace. It's just, you can see it's just so pixelized. I'm going to get the polygon tool, and I'm going to set it on 4 sides, and I'm going to hit P. Put it in the center of the page. Then I'm going to make it a 3-sided pentagon, which is a triangle. Now, we need to kind of make it equal. So we're going to try this. Control D and make a duplicate and flip it. And now I'm going to hit P and see what happens. Nope. See, that's where Corel thinks the center is. So we need to figure out how to get this thing. I'm holding down the control button. I don't know how you could really figure out. You know what? Let's try a complex star with 6 sides. That's 3. Go to complex star. There we go. That'll work. And then I'm going to hit P. So just kind of disregard that other triangular part because that's our triangle. Now it is we need to break it apart. So I'm going to try to go and convert it to a curve and then see if we can't select it all and go to arrange and break the curve apart. Now we have individual triangles, so that's perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and group them together for a second, and I'm going to rotate it 30 degrees. Not 30. That gives us this area right here that I want to draw in. So now what I'm going to do, this, you know what, with my ratio locked, I'm going to make this 2 inches. You can always make it better. So now I'm going to take an ellipse and make it 2 inches and hit P. So this is our writing area that we're going to write in or draw. And the good thing about it, we'll only have to do it, and it doesn't, I'm not saying it has to look exactly like this, but we're going to kind of copy it. Let's rotate this 30 degrees. And I'm just kind of playing it off the cuff here. I did not practice this. And that's pretty close. So we need to make it bigger, so I'm going to hold down the shift key, let it grow outwardly. Now we're not quite in the center yet. So let's change our nudge factor to 3 to 0.01. And let's grab our box and kind of get that in the center of the circle. Now what we can do is start drawing this, but we only have to draw half of it. And we're really pretty close. Let me move it over just a hair. Whoop, I got the circle. So click on the box. Okay, I'm gonna click off this, and I'm gonna go make it 0.001 because I want that center pattern right kind of in the center. So that's pretty good. Now we're a little bit, well, the triangle doesn't really matter. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start drawing it. And I'm going to draw with the 3-point curve line. And I'm going to start on the outside of that and go to about there and curve it. Go to there and curve it. Then I'm going to click that node and curve it. I'm not really concerned right now about the other parts of the drawing. I don't think I'm connected down here, but we can connect that later. Now I'm going to take and draw this part, but I want to make sure I get on the node or get on that line. So 3-point curve line, get on that edge of that node. And you can't really go both directions. So do like half of it at a time. And like I say, it doesn't have to, I'm going to get on this node. And I'm going to go ahead and draw this whole curve. And if we hold down the control button, it'll give us more of a curve. Now make sure you go back to that node, holding down the control button, kind of get a perfect curve. Now I'm off a little bit, so we can take our shape tool and move that out a little bit. That looks pretty good. This is going to take some time, so if you're never interested in doing something like this, just stop watching. We can smooth that up later. I'm going to go from here to here. Control button. Control button kind of gives you an even curve. Go right there, hold down the control button. I'm not too concerned right now about the, I'm going to grab the shape tool. I'm going to kind of bring this in a little bit. I'm not too concerned about the shape right now. So now I'm going to get the 3-point curve line back. Make sure you get on that node and go from there to there. Make that arch. Go from there to there. Make that arch. This is one I should have split. Whoa! But I'm just going to get the shape tool and just kind of conform to that. And like I'm saying, as long as you get a pattern, I don't really think it matters. But this won't take that long. I'm going to go from there to there and kind of give it an arch. Get the shape tool back. I really should have started drawing. I like drawing in hairline, but you might not be able to see that in the video. Now we need to do this inside part. I'm going to try to go all the way. I'm going to call that good and then go up here. I'm going to do this in 2 sections. Make sure you get on that node. If you don't get on it perfectly, we can always change it. Okay, we got one more part to do down here. This is why I like drawing. I'm actually going to finish that line. Give a little bit of curve, get on that. Make sure you get on the node because it'll be a lot easier later not to have to connect nodes. We're almost there. And then right here, I'm going to come. I might have to move that one node. Okay, we got about half of it. The circles, just taking ellipse, put them where they need to be. Don't worry about it. I'm going to hit the plus key on the keyboard. This one's going to be a little bit littler, so I'm going to hold down the shift key. I'm not taking a lot of time to worry about placement right now. Now we just need to draw this other inside part. And if you watch this long, keep watching because it'll kind of the key part of the whole thing. Bring that a little bit. So let's get another 3-point line curve going. And a lot of people might use the Bezier tool at this time. I just never have used it. I'm going to take less time. So if you were doing this for real, you might want to take a little bit more time. Whoop. See, I'm on the other side of that. We don't need that. And I'm going to show you here in just a second, because as long as we have this side, okay. Now we're going to go up. We need, well, we're going to need this inside line, so I'm just going to go straight down. It's kind of hard to see, so I might have to do some fancy fixing here in a second, but I'm not worried about it. I'm going to go from there to there. Now, if we take this and move our nudge factor back to 3 inches and get the outside, we have that. Now you can see we got a little bit of fixing to do. So I'm going to just grab that with the shape tool and bring. I'm actually going to go past it. I'm going to have to look at the original drawing. I got a little bit of a cut line right there. I'm going to cut that off. You know what? I'm going to change the drawing a little bit. and just have it go to there. And I think we're good. Now, there's a couple of lines I didn't hit, didn't connect. That's why you need to go from node to node. And we're going to check this out in just a second. We are going to need to take a line. This line is going to act like a dam to stop the Smart Fill tool. I'm going to use the 2-point line this time and go straight up. And I think we're good. Now, we don't have to, but I'm going to take a rectangle. And I'm going to, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to group all this together, Control G, so I can get it out of the way in a second. And we're going to use the Smart Fill tool. Now, the circles are not, I'm going to use a blue, so hopefully you can see it better. Now I'll use black. And I'm going to fill that in with black. Black, ooh, got a little leak. And I know where it is. Let's back up. This would actually be part of that. So I'm going to take and just cut that out. You know what? I'm going to cut that right there too. Well, can't do that. You know what? I'm going to delete that line. There we go. That might be it. Smart Fill. So we got a leak somewhere. Don't really know where it is. So when you need to find a leak, just take a couple of lines, get your Smart Fill tool. So it's not there. It's not there. It's not there. So where is it leaking? It might be leaking right there. So I'm going to back up a couple of times. There's our leak right there. I just didn't have it connected. I wasn't taking my time. Okay, I've grouped it together. So I'm going to have to ungroup it now to change that line. Click on it, go up to Object, Group, and ungroup it. The Shape tool will not work unless you have it ungrouped together. Let's just bring these two lines together. All right, now let's try it. Those circles need to be not circles, but that we can come to that. So there we go. We've gotten that. I'm going to go ahead and fill that in and see what it looks like. Let's go ahead and do the circles. Let's take Control D, make a duplicate, hold it down the Shift key. Control D to make a duplicate, hold down the Shift key. Now that's maybe going to be in the way later, but we can always move it. And I'm going to call that good. Now I'm going to fill that in with the Smart Fill tool. And that in with the Smart Fill tool. And, you know, for just a second, I'm going to move my triangle. But I can put it right back because I want it. Okay, we got the drawing. I am going to I'm going to left click no fill because we know that works. Now, with the exception of these lines down here. So let's go ahead and fix that because we might have to move them up anyway. Let's just take that line and let's take this entire thing and group it, Control G, Control D to duplicate it. Grab the two-sided cross and right there, and look at that. You've got that drawing. Now, hopefully we can just take this and right fill it in black, take away the outline. Now let's bring our pattern back in. And you know what we're going to do now, because of the fact that the circles are going to hit, let's set our nudge factor on like 0.1. And let's grab that and I forgot how little we're working. Let's go with 0.01 and move it up a little bit. I think that looks pretty good. Now, because we're working on the center of the page, now, granted, I did not make this variegated. I might make a second video. The whole idea of this is try to get this started done. So Control G to Control D to duplicate it. Get your center rotation and move it to the center. A lot of times it doesn't look like it is, but it is. and we're going to rotate it 30 degrees. No, 60 degrees. As soon as I said it, I knew it. Now we're going to duplicate it and go 120. So in that little length of time, we've got like a lot of the drawing done. Now continue, stay tuned for part 2, and we'll do some things with the triangle, and maybe I'll variegate these leaves first. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.